by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, I'll fight. Damn right. Even when I've left, I do right by you.
3, 2, all right, we are good. Welcome back to the Professional Stepdad Show. I'm your host, Franco Zavala. This is episode 124. Just like in past episodes, there are, I get emails from step-parents who will have questions, concerns, whether they're about stepdads or stepmoms. Get a lot of questions. Here's a unique one I wanted to share with today's episode. It's from a biomom. This was awesome because biomom is, she's got 4 kids, and she is dealing with some personal issues when it comes to the fact that she doesn't believe that anybody will not only love her, but love her family. So she kind of feels like she's going to be destined to walk the earth alone. And I wanted to make episode 124 for biomom, for a mom who has found themselves in a situation where she's got kids, she's divorced, she's up there in age, and she doesn't have the confidence that she once had when she was younger. So now she finds herself almost starting over, but now she's starting over with children in the picture, where now you have to explain that to any man that you meet. Not only that, but because you're going to be introducing any man that you end up liking into your life, the children are going to be a part of it. So there's going to be a lot of trust and a lot of pull and a lot of give and take. It's going to be a lot of information that you're going to be getting from other family members. Don't do this. He's not right. What are you doing? Make sure you can trust him. What kind of person? Like all this stuff, biomom. And totally, I get this because I was that stepdad who stepped into a family with 5 kids. And a lot of the things that I had to deal with from the male point of view, from the stepdad point of view, from the partner point of view, what I had to deal with was the fact that it wasn't about necessarily like who I was or could I be trusted. A lot of it had to deal with the mending of the heart with my wife. Because before I entered the picture, there was a lot of things that she went through in her life. There was a lot of ups and downs, goods and bads, a lot of things that she still had to work through, that she never had a chance to work through because maybe she wasn't aware of it. She wasn't aware that she even needed it. But I do know that there was going to be no way for her to love me and to accept me into this blended family if she first didn't mend her heart. Now, from a male point of view, from a stepdad point of view, that meant that I had to be okay with patience, meaning I had to be okay with the fact that it was going to take time. It was going to take time for me to understand what kind of life she was living before I stepped in, how she parents the kids, how she gets along with each individual kid, like what's their relationship, right? Understand the dynamic of their family before I came into the picture, because the family has a dynamic. They have a way of doing things, this routine, this way of the way the biomom is going to parent the kids to kind of get them through the rough patches. Because when we as adults separate or when we divorce, yes, of course we go through our rough patches. Yes, of course we go through our ups and downs and our bads and goods, but the kids go through it too, just as much. So we have to always remember that. So as a biomom, as a mom with 4 kids, you're wondering, will anybody ever love me? Will I ever find that someone that will accept me and my family for who we are and just take on the responsibility? And the answer is absolutely. It's absolutely out there. And I know this to be true, but finding the right person is the tricky part, because if you don't deal with all the things that you need to personally deal with in your life, if you don't work on yourself to become a better you, a better mom, to be confident, to know that you feel to be loved again and cherished, then it doesn't matter what man you find, because it doesn't even matter their intentions. Because if your intentions aren't pure enough to the point where you can love yourself first, there's no way you can ever accept the love of anybody else. Therefore, there's no way it could ever work within a blended family. It's really important you understand this, biomom, because just because you have 4 kids does not mean that you're some sort of damaged goods. That's not what that means at all. Is it more complicated? Of course. You have 4 kids. Any man that comes in that situation could and probably will be overwhelmed. But here's the key. The key is, and this is what worked for me. The key for me was I couldn't afford to be overwhelmed by the children because I loved her. I fell in love with her. We built a relationship together. I stayed because of her. The children and everything that came with it were an added bonus. And that took more time and patience, and I couldn't worry about that. So there's a lot of bio moms out there that ask themselves this question, or maybe they get on dating sites, or maybe they don't even try anymore. Maybe they're giving up. Maybe they're like, it's just hopeless. I'll never find anybody that love the kids. And that's just not true. Just remember, don't even begin your search, bio mom, until you mend your heart. Don't begin your search until you learn to love yourself. Don't look at your situation as an obligation. Look at your situation as an opportunity to find someone that will head over heels love you and love everything about you, which includes the kids. Now, I would like to tell you, it's going to be easy. You'll definitely find somebody. Or, you could get lucky and that one special guy will come around. And that's just, I don't want you to hold on to that because it's not rooted in reality. The fact of the matter is that with anybody, married with kids or single on the prowl, if you don't have self-respect, if you don't have love for yourself, if you're not okay with who you are, and if you're not walking around confidently in your skin, nothing else matters. So don't walk around wondering whether or not anybody will ever love you. It's a waste of your time. You should start today you should start today and start thinking, can I learn to love myself again? Can I forgive myself? Can I forgive my past? Can I move on from my transgressions and aches and pains? Can I learn to trust again? Can I hold my heart in my hand and feel confident that whomever takes it will cherish it and keep it safe? You can only get to that point, bio mom, by first doing the self-work, by learning why you react and act to certain things, why you parent a certain way. Maybe you've never dealt with it because, your parents parented you a certain way. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different moving parts. But here's the important thing. The important thing is that the more you walk around believing that no one will ever love you, then no one will ever love you. The more you walk around, talking all the time about how it's going to be so hard to find somebody to love the kids and love you and to take you guys, and to become a family, the longer it's going to take for all that to happen. If you're speaking negativity into existence, it will come. The truth for something wrong, the search for something wrong can always be found, always. So if you're constantly looking for a red flag, you're going to find them, and in spades. Well, how do I get there, Franco? How do I get to the point where I can trust somebody to come into my house and come into my life and love my kids and love me? How do I get there? Great question. Step 1, you got to learn to trust again. And you can't learn to trust anybody until you learn to trust yourself. Learn the way you parent, trust the way you do things. Learn to love who you are when you look in the mirror. Can you confidently walk around in your skin? If the answer is no, then you got a lot of work to do, and you shouldn't be searching for a man in the fucking first place. Don't go out and seek the attention of the opposite sex purely out of boredom or because you think you're on some sort of a time clock. That's not how it works. Things will come to you in uncommon hours. On a random Wednesday, like 2 p.m, the person that will be with you for the rest of your life will show up. That's how it works. But what if you're not aware of it? Meaning, what if you haven't done all the work to better yourself and to walk around confidently and to know that you can be loved, to mend your heart and to put it out there again? What if you can't do all that work first? You won't be aware of it when that person comes around, and they will fly right past you. Then you'll curse the world and you'll assume that you're doomed. That's not how it works. That's not how it works ever. Remember, this journey that you're going to go on, bio mom, is going to be tough. It's going to be a long road filled with questions, about your parenting, about your love life, about shit, everything. Who you were with before. You're going to second guess yourself. And all that has to happen, because as that happens, if you're doing the work, meaning if you're reading books and you're working on your mind and your mental mindset, as all that stuff happens, not only will you be aware of it, but you will be aware of a way to develop a game plan in order to start fixing it. So that when you do mend your heart, and when you are ready to step out, you're stepping out confidently into the world, saying, this is who I am. This is not baggage. This is my family. This is who we are. And we're amazing. And we're incredible. And I'm incredible. And I'm amazing. And I can be loved. Then and only then will this special someone fall into your lap. So no more walking around, biomoms, thinking that you will never find somebody to love you and love your kids. No more. It's a waste of your time. And if you want to do it, you know what, fucking go ahead, continue doing it, because it doesn't matter what I say on this show. I mean, think about it. This is a stepdad show, and I'm talking to biomoms on today's episodes. Stepdads, why is this important that I'm talking to the biomoms? Because it's important that you understand that you're about to come in, or maybe you're currently in a situation where things aren't making a lot of sense to you. It's only because biomom hasn't done the necessary work to mend her heart, to learn to trust. Because she hasn't done that, it's going to be a lot harder for you. It's your job, if you're hearing this, it's your job to encourage her to read the books, to work on a mental mindset. Don't push her, don't stress her. Don't put her on a time clock or think that she's got some sort of like a, she's only got a certain amount of time to kind of accept you, or you're walking away. Don't do that. Don't present her with any of that. If you want to be there, be there. But just know that if you, stepdad, like I always say to you, working on yourself, but she's got to be working on herself too. So, today's episode, or this episode, right? 124 is focused on a friend of mine. She has a friend that has, 4 kids, and she's getting back out there, and she's worried that she'll never find anybody that loves her, and she doesn't really know how to handle it and how to move forward. And this episode is for you. Step 1, no more fucking complaining. No more talking negativity into the universe. You want to move forward? Take a fucking step forward. Work on yourself. Find out what makes you tick. Find out the things that you can get rid of in your life. Tighten up the screws. Listen to the children. Children need to be attended to. They're going through this too, biomom. They are going through this too. Listen to them. They'll tell you what they need. Be the stability in their life. Mend your heart. So when you walk around confidently in that skin, people will know it. Trust me, they will. When you present your situation as a blessing and not a burden, people will know it. That I can guarantee you. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Listen, if you know a stepdad who is in need of any of this information, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and share this episode with them as fast as possible. Did you do it? You did it.
Quiet on the set, please. Thank you, everybody.